This is so insane. America deserved 9/11, dude. I'm saying it.
We're there to partner with them. We're not there doing our own thing. We're there partnering and training
In a video
and
game.
equipping and enhancing their capabilities. So that's part of what we're doing. And the other part is just knowledge. We want to know what's happening.
Like, we totally brought it on ourselves, dude. Holy shit. We did. We did. In a video game, whatever, hypothetically, politically, we did, man.
All right, you know what? I don't like the conversation, but it needs to be had. I don't like what this is doing. So if you aren't aware of the situation that I just showed at the beginning, we have streamer, also a member of the Young Turks, on Twitch, Hasan Piker. His Twitch handle is Hasan Abi. Well, if you saw it, I didn't play the whole clip. I'm not in the mood to get striked. Let's just call it what it was. The problem is, as much as I don't like what he said, and I can agree with a lot of people that it might have been controversial or offensive, the problem is that it's now been used, that claim, offensive, to strike him, to at the very least get him suspended, but from the looks of it, he's been banned. But that's a loose word when you deal with Twitch. A ban could be for 3 days or a year. It's kind of up to them. Considering the fact that he's got kind of a actual media presence, they probably won't ban him permanently. I mean, hell, they didn't even ban DSP, and he's done some pretty stupid stuff. So, that's the trick. As much as it might offend people, as much as it might piss people off, he shouldn't be banned for that. Bare minimum, it sets a terrible precedent, and everyone should be aware of that. That when you allow the word offensive to have the power to instantly remove anybody, you have just given every troll, shitposter, and stalker a loaded gun. You just gave them an active weapon they can use to screw with people, and you told them how to use it and what to say to do it. Because now, if you don't do it to the next person they record for offensive behavior, offensive comments, you're going to have an online freaking tizzy. It is going to be a shit show. And as we've already seen, Twitch does not like shit shows. Twitch reacts poorly to those, even when it's of their own creation. So, I can go into a long speech about this. I'm going to try and keep it as succinct as possible. First, I've already got an update here. I'm looking through a couple different pages. It is now a 7-day ban. So he's been banned for a week for an offensive comment. And he wasn't even banned initially for it. It had to have people attention. And that's where the problem arises, is it's not for what happens instantly, it's for when people learn about it and then throw a fit. So think about that. Just think really, really hard. All the ways this could be used poorly. I mean, you already got the big 5 streamers constantly getting just reported to the point where they even admit, or at least maybe they brag, maybe it's a lie, we'll never know, the Twitch never tells us, that they get reports all the time, and those reports just get thrown out. That's it. That's the end of it. It's not a conversation. They don't care if they said something bad. That's a TOS violation. They're in that special club, which H3H3 admitted that they found out about. Twitch kind of doesn't advertise these things until it gets exposed. Kind of like when Twitch got exposed for having different payout rates for different partners. Whoops. So, I want to make it as succinct as possible. As much as I may not like that he said it, Twitch operates in America, meaning it's subject to the American law. The First Amendment applies. He is allowed to say things that are offensive, and everyone should agree that is, even though you don't like it, he should be allowed to say it. It doesn't matter that I personally don't like it. It doesn't matter that you personally don't like it. The freedom of that is that we get to tell him that he's freaking retarded for saying it. The downside is when you start removing people's ability to say things. When you start down that road, it doesn't end well. It has never ended well. Everyone doesn't like the fact that we now have hate speech rules in America when we don't have hate speech laws. Where do you think this ends? Because it always ends the same way. Historically, it always ends the same way. Where the small minority, the people at the top, have the ability to completely control all forms of speech because you gave them the weapons to silence you. Why? Because the word hurt your feeling? Because then what hurts your feelings? Well, what about what hurts my feelings? And then what hurts about the other guy's feelings? And then what about the fact that that person doesn't feel like that hurts their feelings, but they're not really sure, so they don't want to, they don't want to risk it. So let's take care of that too. We're going to preventative. We don't want to offend anybody ever. That's not how the world should ever work. Freedom of speech, and everyone likes to say that really, really stupid comment of freedom of speech is not freedom of consequence. Okay. Yeah, but that's social consequences, not legal consequences. And secondly, freedom of speech isn't freedom from offense. Find me any article where that's written where you can't say something that someone doesn't like. I think everyone would agree if they think back to The Simpsons in the 90s with the church lady, the wife of the pastor, and her constant screaming of, "What about the children?" You guys should remember what that's about. It's from the 90s of the moralizing right that was demanding shows be banned and silenced for having offensive content, and that children could possibly see it. That's not good, right? You guys didn't like that. But now you want to ban words because it might make someone not feel good. Well, why? So what? Okay, they're worried about their advertisers. Their advertisers should be aware of what they're on. You're on Twitch. You're not on PBS. You're not on ABC News. You're on a channel, on a network of teens and young adults playing video games, getting emotional, and saying stupid stuff. You're not there for highbrow, smooth jazz entertainment. If that's what you want, why are you on Twitch? That's a lie. They're trying to, I almost understand the idea of throttling everything back so that you can have a wider appeal. But if you want that, make that up to the streamer themselves. Let them know that, oh, you have a bunch of deals, but here's what they want you to do. That's kind of how the market works. If you ever dealt with radio or TV, as much as everyone wants to say, oh, that's not user-friendly, how much do you think they care when you get a market share? Do you think the advertisers on Howard Stern ever really cared that he said offensive stuff? Or do you think they cared that he was being aired to 50 million people and had huge ratings? Do you think they cared about that? Oh, the Mighty Dollar cared more about that. So no, we are entering the slippery slope of equipping everybody with the power to silence anybody they like because they don't like the words that came out of their mouth. And the excuse for giving everyone that weapon is the advertisers don't like it. Well, if that's the case, you've given complete authority to the oligarchs, haven't you? On the left. Lefties, you gave control of free speech to corporations. And on the right, you've given the left the power to silence you because you never thought they could. And that tells me how stupid you are. So maybe everyone needs to start getting their head out of their collective ass, thinking that it's going to end one day, because it doesn't end. It only ends when everyone has nothing left. Stop getting your head up your ass. Stop thinking that you have the ability to silence people because it's funny, and stop thinking that it's a good idea to ban people for quote-unquote offensive words. Because I almost get it. I know why some people ban while they report, because to them, it's holding Twitch accountable for its own rules. And they're proving the hypocrisy when Twitch doesn't do it, which is cool. I get that. Great. Good for you. But it's not changing anything, and it's just making Twitch care less. It's the boy who cried wolf for them. And as for the people are just, it's not being used to silence the big ones. It's now being used to silence the small ones. As it's proven time and again, it keeps going after the small ones. For every Hasan who gets banned for making quote-unquote an offensive comment, 4 more smaller channels just got shut down permanently for moderately offensive comments. Moderately offensive behavior of, I don't know, tossing a cat over their shoulder. One person's gone, another person's not. And guess who got banned for it? Think hard on that one. So it's a ramble. It's a rant. And I know someone's gonna they're just gonna make some stupid comment, which, fine. I want you to. I encourage it. Tell me I'm stupid for not understanding how this works. I said it again. I don't like that he said what he said. But I'm not gonna stop him. Because when you stop people from saying things, it doesn't stop their thoughts. All you do is drive those thoughts into the background. And it breeds. In a dark corner, you can't stop it. Everyone knows this truth about freedom of speech. The greatest weapon that it provided us was that it gave disinfectant to bad ideas. It allowed bad ideas to be expressed and for people to see those bad ideas. When you start silencing everybody and you want things to be milquetoast and safe, you don't stop those bad ideas. You just keep them under the surface. And that's when things start to get dangerous. So, food for thought. If you really like the ability to silence people you don't like, good for you. I mean, I can't stop you. I don't have that power. But think really hard on the kind of person you are that does that and doesn't think anything wrong with it. It's a great plan. Brilliant plan. Perfect idea. Could never be used against you, right? It can never be used against you. Because it's never done that before in history. The weapons that you create to oppress have never been used to oppress you. Ever. Right? Yeah. See you guys in 5 years. Minuteman. Out. Anyways, if you guys are still here, you know the drill. Like, comment, share me out. Hit that little notification bell, because I don't think that tells you when I put videos up. Hell, maybe even subscribe if this is the first time you're here. I get a little dopamine rush when I see those little numbers go tick, tick, tick. Anyways, nighty-night. I want to see where this goes.